Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today we are going to make a beautiful bag having a flower motif. So let us start off with a magic ring, and the hook that I am using is number 10. After that I chained 1 and then I am working single crochet into the magic ring. Now to make the ring smaller, we have to pull the tail of the magic ring, and I am working single crochet into the magic ring. Now for this pattern I will be using different colored yarns, so you can use your yarns according to your choice. And here into the magic ring we must make single crochets. I have worked the single crochets and it has to be 8 in number. So once my single crochet, 8 number of single crochet is done, I am going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Let's pull the tail of the magic ring. Now I chain 3, that will be counted as 1 double crochet. Now into the same space I am going to work 1 double crochet. This is the second round of the pattern. Into the next chain space we are going to work 2 double crochet again, 1 and 2. Now into the next chain space we need to work 2 double crochet. So this is the sequence that we are going to follow for the second round of the pattern. That is, we will be working 2 double crochets into each of the chain spaces. That means in each of the single crochets we need to work 2 number of double crochet. This is the second round. Actually this is a beautiful crochet motif. It is going to have a flower motif which can be used for other projects as well. And once we have finished working into all of the 8 single crochets, we slip stitch into the very first chain. Now let us chain 1, and I have snipped off the yarn. Now I am going to work the next round with a different colored yarn. Here I am using a pink colored yarn and I am ready with my slip knot. So here it is. We are going to start off into any of the chain spaces. So here I am working a standing double crochet. Into the same chain space I am going to work another double crochet followed by another. That means in one chain space we need to work 3 double crochets. After that we chain 1. We skip one chain space and into the next we are going to work 3 double crochets again. So this is the sequence that is to be followed for this particular round. That is 3 double crochet into a chain space. We chain 1, we skip one chain space, and into the next we are going to repeat the same process again. So 3 double crochets done. Let us chain 1. Now I skip one chain space and into the next chain I am working 3 double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second and the third. So my 3 double crochets are done. I chain 1, skip a chain space, and into the next I am going to work 3 double crochets again. That's the second, followed by the third. So we have one chain space remaining. I chain 1 and now I am going to slip stitch into the very first chain of the first double crochet. Now once the slip stitch is done, we are going to pull a long loop and leave the loop as it is. Now into the chain 1 space we are going to attach a new yarn, and this is the process that is to be followed for introducing the new yarn. Now let us chain. That's the second, that's the third, the fourth chain is done. Now that's the 5th chain, the 6th, 7th. So we worked 7 number of chains. Once 7 chains are done, Now into the next chain space I am going to work 1 double crochet. So my 1 double crochet is done. Now let us chain 4. 1 2 3 4, and then again we are going to work 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space. So this is the sequence that we are going to follow. Now again chain 4 and then 1 double crochet into the chain space. So this is the reason why I had worked a chain of 7 while starting this particular round. Now I just chained 4. Now I'm working my double crochet. Now again let's chain 4, and into the final chain space I am going to work 1 double crochet. So my 1 double crochet is done. Now let's chain 4, 3 and 4. Now what we are going to do is into the third chain space or the third chain I am going to slip stitch. So here it is done, and here too we are going to keep the loop extended. So this is how it is supposed to look. Moving on to the new round. Now through the chain of 4 we are going to pull our pink yarn which we had just left out there, and we are going to chain 3, which is counted as 1 double crochet. Now into the, we have 2 chain spaces there. Into the second chain space I just work 1 double crochet, and into the same space I am going to work another. So that makes a total of 3 double crochet, and into the final chain space I am going to work my 1 double crochet. So total of 4 double crochets are done. Now let us chain 2 and hop into the next space, chain 1 space. The first space I am going to work 1 double crochet. Into the second chain space I am going to work 2 double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second, and into the third we are going to just work 1 double crochet. After that we chain 2 and hop into the next space and repeat the process again. So into the first chain space we work 1 double crochet. Into the next we are going to work 2 number of double crochet into the same space. So that is done, and into the third chain space I am going to work just 1 double crochet. Now let us chain 2 and hop into the next space again and work 1 double crochet in the first space, chain space. Into the second chain space we are going to work 2 double crochet, and into the third chain space we are just going to work 1 double crochet. After that let us chain 2, and then we are going to continue working in the similar fashion. So this is how it looks, and I'm going to show you what is to be done when I am close to the finishing point. Here finally I am working 1 double crochet into the first chain space, 2 number of double crochet into the second chain space, and into the third chain space I am just going to work 1 double crochet. Now let us chain 2, and then we are going to continue. Finally I have worked my last set and I just chained 2 double crochet, and this is the finishing point, and into the first chain space I am going to slip stitch. So that's done, and now we are going to leave the loop, extended loop, as it is. Now let's move on to the next step of the pattern. Now we are going to pull our white yarn through the gap there. It's a loop of the white yarn which we had left it as it is. Now let us chain 3, which is counted as 1 double crochet. Now into the space we are going to work 1 double crochet. Actually we have a chain space there, and once the 2 double crochets are done let us chain 5, And now we are going to move into the next chain 1 space where I am going to work 2 double crochet. Initially we did a chain of 3 and 1 double crochet, and now I am going to work 2 double crochet into the chain space. So here my 2 double crochet is done. Now let us chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now again we are going to hop into the chain 1 space and work 2 double crochet. So my 1 double crochet is done. Let's work the second one, and after that let us chain 5. And again we are going to work into the next chain 1 space. There too we are going to work 2 double crochet. So this is the sequence that we are going to follow for this particular round of the pattern. We are going to work all around, and I am near the finishing point and I'm going to show you what is to be done. Now let us chain 5, finally 4 and 5. Now I am going to slip stitch into the very first chain, or the topmost chain of the chain of 3. There I am going to slip stitch, and again I'm going to pull a long loop and leave it as it is. Now starting off with the next round, here I'm going to work with the pink yarn. So I pulled my pink yarn from under the chain of 5 of the previous round. Now let us chain 3, which we all know is counted as 1 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3, that's the first double crochet. And now into the next chain space, that is the second chain space, I am going to work 2 double crochet. So in total till now we worked 3 double crochet. Into the next chain space I am working the 4th, and into the next I worked my 5th double crochet. So this is how it is to be done. I chained 1. Now I'm going to hop into the next chain space, and there I am going to work 1 double crochet into the first chain space. Into the second I am going to work 2 double crochet. So that's done. Now into the next I am going to work 1 double crochet, and finally into the next is going to be 1 double crochet. So we worked a total of 5 double crochet. After that I chained 1. Now let's start off again into the first chain space. Actually into the first we are going to work 1 double crochet. Into the second chain space I am going to work 2 double crochet. Now into the third chain space let's work 1 double crochet, and into the fourth one I just worked 1 double crochet. So a total of 5 double crochets have been worked there. I just chained 2, and now I am going to hop into the next space and work in the similar fashion. Into the first I'm going to work 1 double crochet. Into the second chain space let's work 2 double crochet. Into the third I'm going to work 1 double crochet. Into the fourth, or the final one, I am working 1 double crochet. Now we are going to continue in the similar fashion, and here I am at the starting point. So finally let us chain 2 and slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So that's done. Now let's chain 1, and into the same space I'm going to work 1 single crochet. Now I'm going to skip 1 chain space, and into the next I am going to work 5 number of double crochet. That's the first, followed by the second, the third, this is the fourth double crochet, and finally the fifth one too is done. Now I'm going to skip 1 chain space, and into the next I'm going to work a single crochet. So this is what we have to do for this round, and into the chain 2 space let's work a single crochet. Now again onto the petal space, into the first chain space I'm going to work a single crochet. I skip one chain space. Now here I'm working my double crochet. It has to be 5 in number into the same chain space. It's better we count the double crochets as we work. So my 5 double crochets are done. Now I'm going to skip one chain space, and into the next I'm going to work a single crochet. Now into the chain 2 space let's work a single crochet again. So this is the sequence that we are going to follow. Into the first chain space let's work a single crochet, skip one chain space, and into the next chain space, that is the third one, I'm going to work 5 double crochet. So that's my 5th double crochet. Now let's skip one chain space, and into the final one let's work a single crochet. Into the chain 2 space we need to work a single crochet. So this is the sequence we need to follow, and when I'm near the starting point I'm going to show what is to be done next. So here I have completed working the half of the petal, that is the 5 double crochets are complete. Now we need to skip one chain space and work a single crochet. So that's done. Now into the chain 2 space I'm going to work a single crochet, and finally I am going to slip stitch into the first chain space, or the first single crochet. After that I chain 1 to secure my work and snip off the yarn. Now we are going to start working with the white yarn, no more working with the pink one. And here I have pulled my loop to the front side, and the white yarn I'm going to chain 3, that means 1 double crochet. Into the second chain space we are going to work 1 double crochet followed by another double crochet into the same space. That means we worked a chain of 3 and then 2 double crochet into the same space. Now we have a chain of 5 at the back. There we are going to work double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second, that's the third double crochet, that's the fourth one, and that's the 5th double crochet. Once that is done, we are again going to come back into that tiny space there where we have 2 chains, and into the first chain I'm going to work 1 double crochet. This is going to be again from the front side, and into the second chain space I am going to work 2 double crochet. That's the first one, and this is the second one that I am working into the same chain space. Now again we are going to go to the back side and work 5 double crochet into the chain of 5. So this is the second double crochet, this is the third, that's the fourth, and this is the 5th double crochet. And again we are going to come to the chain 2 space and work 1 double crochet into the first chain. This is we are working from the front side, and into the second chain space we are going to work 2 double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second double crochet. We are going to work in the chain 5 space and work 5 double crochet. Here I am working my 5 double crochet, 3 is already done, that's the 4th, and this is the 5th double crochet. Now we are going to come in the front side, and into the chain 1 space I'm going to work 1 double crochet. The second chain space we are going to work a set of 2 double crochet into the same space. So this is how we need to work in this particular round, and I'm going to catch up with you once I am at the starting point. So here I am at the starting point. I've worked my 5 double crochets. Now what we need to do is slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So this completes our round, this particular round. Start the next round with a chain of 3, and into the next chain space I'm going to work 1 double crochet, and into the next or the third chain space I work 1 double crochet. So we worked 3 double crochet. After that I am going to work 5 number of double crochet on top of the existing double crochets of the previous round. So here my 5 double crochet is done. I am going to work 3 number of individual double crochet on top of the existing double crochets of the previous round. So particularly in this particular round we will be working 5 double crochet on top of the existing double crochet and 3 double crochet on top of the petal space, the white portion. So all around we are going to work into each of the chain spaces. We will be working 1 double crochet, a very simple round. We just need to work 1 double crochet in each of the chain spaces until we reach the starting point. Here I've reached the starting point. To end this round I'm going to slip stitch into the topmost chain of the chain of 3. Now with a chain of 3, let us start off with the next round. The chain of 3 counts as 1 double crochet. Now into the next chain space I am going to work 1 double crochet. So it is done. Now into the next chain space I am going to work another double crochet. So 3 double crochet has been worked. Now into the new chain space I am going to work 1 half double crochet. Into the next chain space another half double crochet, that's the second one, and into the next chain space the third half double crochet is done. Now into the next 3 chain spaces I am going to work 3 single crochets. So 3 single crochets are done. Now into each of the 3 chain spaces I am working half double crochet. This is the half double crochet that I just worked. Now into the next 3 chain spaces I need to work 3 number of double crochet. As the first one, this is the second double crochet, this is the third one. So that is done. Now let's work a treble or the triple crochet into the next chain space. That's the triple crochet that is being worked. Twice we have to wind the yarn, and another triple crochet is being worked into the same chain space. Actually we are working a corner there. Now let's chain 2 and work 2 number of triple crochet into the same chain space. That's the first one, followed by the second triple crochet which is being worked in the same chain space. So our very first corner is ready. Now we are going to continue again with 3 number of double crochet into each of the chain spaces. That's the first, this is the second one, followed by the third double crochet. Now similarly we are going to work 3 number of half double crochets as we did in the other side. This is the second one, followed by the third half double crochet. Now we need to work 3 number of single crochet into each of the chain spaces. That's the second single crochet, this is the third one. Now we are going to start off again with 3 number of half double crochet. That's the first one, this is the second into the next chain space, and this is the third half double crochet into the next. Now let's work 3 number of individual double crochet again. That's the first, this is the second one, followed by the third one. And now we have to work the corners again, for which we need to work triple crochet, 2 number of triple crochet into the same chain space. That's the first triple crochet. Now let's work the second one. Let's chain 2 and work 2 number of triple crochet again into the same chain space. That's the first one, followed by the second one. So our second corner is also done. Now after the corner is done, we are going to work 3 number of double crochet as we had done in the other side, and in the similar fashion we are going to continue working first 3 double crochet, then 3 half double crochet, then 3 number of single crochet. After that we are going to repeat the sequence like how we did in the other side till we reach the corner space. I have shown you how it is to be done. So here I am working my single crochets. Now I will be working my half double crochets. That's the first one. This is the second one, and that is the third one. Now we need to work 3 double crochets again. Actually, once one side is done, we can just follow that and do. It's going to be easy. 3 double crochets done. Now I am working my corner, for which we need to work 2 number of triple crochet into the same space, after which I'm going to work a chain of 2 and again 2 triple crochet into the same chain space. So that makes our corner again. As I told you, once our side is done and one of the corner is done, we can just follow that. I have shown minutely how it is to be done, so it should not be a problem. Now let's continue working the side again. So here I am working my double crochets. 3 double crochets are already done. Now we have to do the half double crochet, then the single crochet, again a set of single crochet, and finally here I am near the starting point. Here I am working my double crochet. Actually, once we come near the starting point, 3 double crochets are done. Now a chain space is left. There I am working my triple crochet. That's for the corner. 2 number of triple crochet is being worked in the same chain space. After that, let us chain 2 and work a set of 2 triple crochet again into the same space. So that's our final corner which is being worked. And I'm going to show you what is to be done next. Once the corner is done, I'm going to slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. That was our first double crochet, which was a chain of 3. So this is how it looks. See what an achievement, how pretty it is looking. Now let us move on to the next step, for which I chained 3. That means 1 double crochet. Now into the next chain space I'm working 1 double crochet. Now into the next, let's work 1 double crochet, followed by 1 double crochet into each of the chain space. See, into each of the chain spaces I am working 1 double crochet. This is how it is to be worked. As for now, let us continue working 1 double crochet into each of the chain spaces. See, individual double crochet is being worked in each of the chain spaces, and I am near the corner. This is the first corner, and into the chain 2 space I will be working 2 number of double crochet. Now let us chain 2 and work another set of 2 double crochet into the chain 2 space, and so that's our first corner for this particular round. After this it is very simple. We just need to work 1 double crochet into each of the chain spaces all around till we reach the second corner space. That's our first corner. Now we need to work all around in the similar fashion, that is working 1 double crochet into each of the chain spaces, and into the corner space we are going to work 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet again. So the corner is done. Now let's work all around in the similar fashion. Now this particular motif can be used not just for bag but for any project. We can make a bigger bag, we can make cushion covers, we can make throws, we can make baby blankets out of it, anything. Now I have reached my final corner space where I am going to work 2 number of double crochet. Then I am going to work a chain of 2 and finally 2 double crochet again into the same space. So that makes our 4th corner. Once that is done, I have got 2 more chains where I need to work, and into the chain space I work 1 double crochet. Into the next chain space I just work 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So it is done. Now I am going to chain 1 and snip off the yarn, and I need 2 such patterns for making this bag for a little girl. Now as I told you, if you want a bigger bag we have to make more of such patterns. See how bright and beautiful it is looking. Now I'm going to show you how it is to be sewed. Actually I will be using my hook for sewing the pieces together, so I will be doing it from the right side. Right from the corner I'm going to pass my hook, and I'm going to attach my yarn with the help of a slip knot, and then I am going to work. If we use a tapestry needle, then we have to do it the other way around. That is, the right sides are going to face each other and the wrong side is going to be on the outer side from the side where we shall start sewing. But I'm using a hook, so this is the process how it is to be done. Actually the hook is supposed to pass from one chain to the other side, and then we just do a single crochet sort of thing. See, this is how it is to be done. We pass the hook from one side to the other side, and then yarn is pulled through the 2 stitches. This is how it is done. It's simple actually. If you just do it for 2-3 times, you will find it is easy to work. This way actually, if we use a hook we will get a ridge sort of thing, and the finishing is more polished. And here I am near my corner space, and into the corner space, that is the chain 2 space, we are going to work twice. And now once that is done, we are again going to pass our hook from one chain space of one side to the other, and then start working single crochets again. So this is how it is to be done. We are going to work on 3 sides. We have to keep one side open for our bag. So here I am still working, or rather I should say sewing, with the help of the hook that I am using. Please have patience while doing this. You just can't hurry through it. So 3 sides are sewed up well, and now I have got 2 sides which are open, and there I am going to work single crochet so that we get a neat little finish. Into each of the chain space I am working single crochet. Actually the reason for doing the single crochet is that one is that we get a nice finish, and the other thing is that we have to make a loop for a bag. That is also the reason. Now this, right now I have reached the side of the bag where the stitching had been done, and if we have the chain 2 space, there we are going to work 2 number of single crochets. That was actually the corner, and now this is the other side of the corner again, so there too I'm going to work 2 single crochets. So one side I have finished working single crochet, and in the other side I am going to work on half of the pattern. In about 11 chain spaces, 11 or 12 chain spaces, I am going to work the single crochet, because if I work 11 chain spaces, I am somewhere around in the middle of the pattern, and that is the best place where we can make our loop for the button. So here I am making a chain. The length of the chain is going to depend on the size of the button that you are using for the bag. As my button is a bit long, it's a wooden button that I will be using, so I have chained 16, but still I have to check whether the button is going to go through it easily. So you too have to check with the button that you are using. You have to check the length of the buttonhole that is to be kept. So that's my button, and it's okay. Once that is done, once the loop is done, I have worked single crochet into the same space so that the loop gets a complete finish. After that, into each of the chain spaces I am working single crochet as we have been doing, and finally when I reach the starting point, I am going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Now one more thing is to be done there, that is we have to work a handle for the bag. So here I am going to chain. We can start off with a chain of 2 or chain of 3, it is up to you. Once that is done, I just worked 1 double crochet into the next chain space, another double crochet into the next chain space, and again 1 double crochet into the next. That means if we count the stitches, we worked 4 double crochets. Now I chained 2, it is up to you, you can chain 2, you can chain 3, and now I am working 1 double crochet on top of the existing double crochets. So for the handle of this bag, I am working a strap which consists of 4 double crochets. If you wish to make a thicker strap, you can take more number of double crochets. Actually I initially started with 4, so I have to continue with this. If you want a thicker strap, you can start off with 6, 7, it is up to you. Now carefully I am going to work my double crochets. If you wish to work single crochet for your strap, that too you can do, it is up to you, the choice is yours. I am working double crochet for the strap, but you may take single crochet as well. Now I am going to make a long strap, and I have already worked the strap, and once you are satisfied with the length that you require for your bag, Then we are going to chain 1 to secure the work and snip off the yarn. And here I have left a long yarn attached to it because we need to sew this end with the bag, and for that I'll be using our tapestry needle. Simple enough. I'm just going to place the strap inside, and with the help of the tapestry needle I am going to sew it properly without hurrying, so that it is strong enough and it doesn't break off when we use it. And it is going to be a beautiful, cute little bag. You can gift it to your loved ones. You can use the pattern for your other projects as well, and I am sure you are going to love it. And this particular pattern, the floral pattern, is such a unique one. It gives a very neat, delicate finish, and the best part is it is compact. If the pattern is used for the bag, we just don't need to add lining to our bags. That's the best thing. That is if we are using this pattern for a bigger bag. Look at this, how beautiful it looks. Now I am going to sew my button. We are going to sew it properly so that it doesn't fall off. And yes, my bag is ready, and this is how it looks. See what a pretty bag. Thank you my dear friends for staying till the end. If you all have liked the video, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it's bye bye from all of us here at Plants, Crochet, Cooking and more. Bye bye.